the hardcore enforcer, Mr. California!
Oh, yeah. And welcome to another edition of Ultraviolent Radio. I am your host, the hardcore enforcer, Mr. California. And we're here on our new time, Sundays now. Not more Wednesdays, not Sundays. But let's get right to your interview. I have live on the line the IWA East Coast founding father and the 2003 King of the Deathmatch champion, Mad Man Pondo. Are you there with me, brother?
Yeah, when they said your name, there was a lot of people cheering, man. I mean, where was that at? Did that actually happen, or was that, like, imposed in there?
Oh, come on, Pondo. What's going on, brother? Yeah, that was actually a live. We're out here, we're in the live crowd, brother. You know, live crowd there, they're cheering for me as soon as it says my name, man. You know what I mean? You know, that's how you got to do it, brother, to get over, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, Pondo. Nothing good. All right, Pondo, so, what we call it? Let's talk about 2003, brother. When you finally, I mean, you've been wrestling for Ian Wright for so many years, brother. You guys had 6 feuds, barefooted thumbtack matches. You know, you guys 200 press and twos, you name it. You guys done it all. You guys started it off, you and Ian. But you finally got your shot, and you finally won the King of the Deathmatches 2003. You know, rest in peace his soul against J.C. Bailey. How did that feel, brother? And let me know how did that feel finally winning it, man? You know what I mean?
It was great. I mean, of course, Nate Webb beat me the first, not the first year, but the year prior to that. And then I beat him, and then Axel Rotten after that. You know, a lot of people thought that my 2003 was going to stop right there, but then I went over Axel Rotten. And then, of course, everybody thought Nick Gage was going to take me, and then that didn't happen. And then the J.C. Bailey thing, you know, I mean, yeah, it was a great feeling.
Yeah, man, and you finally won that 2000. How did it feel, brother, finally winning that tournament, man? So long, you know?
It was awesome. I mean, it was awesome. Like, I don't remember how many King of the Death matches there have been, but death match workers all over want to participate in it, more or less win one of the years, and, you know, I accomplished that.
Yeah, man, that was cool, man. And then the following year, you I think you were going to go to the finals. I think you were, but then you had to go to Japan or something, and they eliminated you or something like that, didn't they? They threw like a ball of fire on you or something, and J.C. Bay had to take your place.
Yeah.
I think Toby took that.
No problem.
Yeah, man. So, you know, moving on, brother, let's talk about your federation, man, IWA East Coast, man. I mean, you've been doing the Masters of Pain, but you never won the Masters of Pain. I mean, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And but how does it feel not doing one this year, man? You know what I mean? Or was it last year? Yeah, this year.
Of course, it's disappointing, but I live in Charlestown, Indiana now, and IWA East Coast is based out of West Virginia, and you know, if I wasn't there in the area to do my part with it, then, you know, I didn't feel right about doing it. And plus our crowds really started dropping. I don't think that had anything to do with our talent or our shows, but wrestling just started getting saturated real bad in the Charleston, West Virginia area. So I decided just to let it sit for a while, and then I think we're going to start back up July or August, and there'll probably be a Masters of Pain, I would say, next year.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear, man. Yeah, that tournament's pretty good because that tournament, you do a lot of big Japan-style, death matches, and that's innovative. You know, it's different from, not talking shit on IWM itself or ZZW, you know what I mean? It's just you do a little bit different. You do a big Japan style, and that's pretty cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's getting hard to find buildings to let you do it in anymore.
Seriously, yeah, talk about it. I know exactly what you mean, brother. You know, I mean, a lot of people don't like death matches. They trip out a lot of buildings these days. Yeah, tell me a story really quick, brother. How'd you got to Big Japan Pro Wrestling, man? I mean, you've been doing that for years, man.
I haven't even been in Japan since April 2008. Yeah. When the economy hit here, it hit everywhere, you know, and then some guys started flying themselves over, and, you know, that pretty well ruined that. But, yeah, I went from 2000 to 2008, 42 flights over and back. But some of them was for a week, some of them was for 3 months, some of them was for 2 months, you know. I spent a lot of time over there from 2000 to 2008. And me and Too Tough Tony was a tag team over there. We was known as Bakagaji, which was Stupid Foreigners, and that just kind of followed any other American that came over there after that. Like, me and Necro was a tag, Toby Klein came over, Masada came over, you know, a bunch of the crazy style guys. And after that, any American that came over that was aligned with me was known as Bakagaji. And, you know, I got over pretty well, I thought. And then, of course, the economy hit, and that was the end of that.
Yeah. Talk about you just brought up the Bakagaji. I had Tony on the show with me. He told me his story. I mean, it's probably almost the same thing, you know. But how'd you came with the name Bakagaji, brother? It just came out of nowhere, or how did it come to be, you know what I mean?
Me and Tony, anybody who knows us knows that we like to pick on people a lot. Yeah. And my ex-wife now, but girlfriend at the time, one of her friends, we always picked on her, and she kept calling us Bakagaji. Oh. And so I asked Mommy, that's my ex-wife, I said, so what does this Bakagaji mean? And she was like, well, it was a phrase that came out when the war came out. Yeah. I said, okay, so that's not a good thing? And she's like, well, basically they're insulting you really bad, and it's like calling a black man the N-word. And I was like, oh, my God, Tony, I've got our tag team name. So people in the arena, Corrigan Hall and stuff like that, they'd start chanting, you know, me and Tony went out and announced that we are now the team of Bakagaji. Mm-hmm. And Kojika, the owner of Big Japan, came in the locker room and just fished us out bad. Like, that's not a good word. Fans don't want to hear that. You can't say that. Yeah. Well, then he would leave the room, and then Tosaka, the next man down at Big Japan, he would come in the office and say, forget what Kojika says. That was awesome. That was great. That was great. Yeah. So we went out and we did it again. Kojika came in, bitched us out again. Then the one step down, the guy who was buying the plane tickets was like, don't worry about what he says. That's great. That's great. So then, like the third or fourth time we hit Corrigan Hall, every person in the arena was chanting Bakagaji, and I guess Kojika then noticed that there was a value to it. So then he came in there and he didn't bitch at all. He's like, go ahead and use Bakagaji.
Oh, well. So that's how it came to be. And you've been running it for a long time, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then that leads down to my next question, brother. Then was it I think it was, am I right, 2007, the first ever double death, King of the Deathmatch that Ian Rodden did, when you and Tony just swim through everybody, man. And you guys wrestled the Two Tough Crazy Bastards, man, and Toby Klein, Necro Butcher. And you guys won it, man. You know what I mean? And how did that feel to win the first ever double death? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing about the Tough Crazy Bastards and almost everybody in that tournament, we was all real good friends. So it's rough when you gotta put your friend down for the 1, 2, 3 and stuff like that. But as far as after the match and people coming over and getting bragging rights, I would say that felt pretty good to win the very first one of those.
Yeah, and then the rules, the stipulations of the tournament was, if you eliminated one of your partners, you still didn't lose, huh? You guys both didn't get eliminated. Then there was 1-on-1 and was 1-on-2. And then I know Necro got eliminated and you got eliminated. And then there was between Two Tough Tony and Toby, and then Tony picked up the win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was tired. I was done with it.
I know you were. I seen you in the crowd, man, just like cheering Tony on. You know what I mean, back and forth. And he won the tournament with a back body slide on Cactus. That was crazy. He won it with a regular wrestling hole. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But here's another question, brother. I remember I was watching IWA. What is it? Was it hardcore Legacy of Hardcore thing or Legacy of Extreme or something like that? The best of IWA Mid-South. And I seen a match with you and Abdullah the Butcher, brother, when you and Abdullah kept on going at it, and you almost had, you had the upper hand on him. But how did it feel wrestling Abdullah? Was that the first time you ever wrestled Abdullah the Butcher, man?
No, I wrestled Abdullah for a company called Midwest Renegade, and that's actually how I got in Japan to begin with. Abdullah took a videotape over there. But, yeah, I mean, think about that, getting to not only wrestle somebody that you looked at as legendary as you was getting into wrestling, but then going to Japan and getting a tour with the guy and, going to his restaurant and him coming out and acknowledging that he knows you, just being on the first name basis with Abdullah the Butcher, that's pretty impressive to me.
So I mean, myself, I look up to the Butcher. I mean, and so you're saying that he's the first guy to get you in Japan, taking a tape over there of his match.
He was the one that took the videotape over there, and then Kojika then told Zandig, hey, get this guy for us.
Oh wow! And then that's how you started your long career in Big Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, and you also, I heard that you were a booker. Is that true? You were a booker for the American talent. Is that correct?
Yeah, that took about 3 years over there. But 2ZW and Big Japan had some kind of altercation. But my dream was never WWE. It was never, WCW, TNA, none of that. My dream was always to be in Japan. So I stayed, and after a while, they just called me the Gaijin boss, which is the American booker over there.
That's crazy. Hey, here's another question, brother. I remember I was watching, I think it was the Best of IWA East Coast, brother, and they asked you, I think it was Mike Burns. Yeah, it was Mike Burns. He asked you a question, what was the worst guy you ever been in the ring with, or was a dick to you? And you stayed at Raven. Is that true? Not in the ring. In the ring, Raven was fine. Yeah. But we booked him for a show, and me and him talked about it, and he even admitted he was a dick that day, booked him again, and he won't be a dick. But, he was just in a bad mood that day. From the time he got off the airplane, then we took him to Bob Evans, and he didn't order one thing off the menu. He stated that I didn't tell him that there was going to be a steel cage, and that's what it was billed at the whole time, a steel cage. Just many, many problems. And even as he left, he even apologized, for being, there was a 9:30 standby flight that he could make, and me and him were supposed to be main event in a steel cage, and he had me move the match to 4th so he could make that 9:30 standby flight. And, looking back, I guess I wasn't that big a deal, wasn't that big a problem, but, since then, me and him talked about it, and, we're pretty cool with each other. That's cool. All right, so I mean, you wrestled a lot of big hardcore legends, a lot of big deathmatch names. I mean, Pondo, what's the guy you haven't wrestled and you want to wrestle, brother? You know what I mean? Like now in your career. I mean, I don't know when you're going to retire, but when you before you retire or anything, you know what I mean? Who do you want to wrestle, man? I mean, hardcore wise, you know what I mean?
I would love to wrestle Mick Foley. I would love to wrestle Tommy Dreamer. I think that's about the only two on the list that, I won't be able to ever get in the ring with. I'm pretty sure Mick Foley's, done, and if he's not, then he's going to be so high-priced I'll never get to do that. And then Tommy Dreamer, I think he's TNA now, and I don't know. I mean, you never know what the future holds, but it'll be those two guys.
Yeah, there you go, brother. And then also nasty Pondo, what is your sickest injury you ever had, brother, in the death match?
For that Midwest Renegade Wrestling, me and Manslaughter and Pete Madden was having a three-way dance, and Pete Madden got up on. We was fighting on the outside, and Pete Madden got up on the guardrail and attempted to do a moonsault, and I heard his foot squeak all the way down the guardrail as he pushed off, and he was coming at this moonsault head first down to the floor. So I took 2 steps forward, caught him in the air, and then got thrown about 3 to 4 steps back into a bolt sticking out of the ring post, and it just sliced my head straight. You know, I didn't fall straight down on it. I slid into it, and not only did it cut my head all the way down to the skull, but it put me a big line on my skull. And I didn't have money back then, so I super glued it shut. And it was something that should never have been super glued, and I don't guess I got all the holes filled, and it left me dizzy for about a month and a half.
Wow. But I mean, besides that's probably one. I mean, you got little scars here, little scars there from light in there, huh? But that's probably the worst of all time, huh?
Yeah, I still have the big one back there, the big caterpillar on the back of my head.
Jesus Christ. All right, Pondo, here's another one. Can you tell us like a rib, brother? What's the worstest rib you've done on the road or in Japan or anything to someone? They're really terrible, you know, like a big joke.
For the first JCW tour that we ever did, there was this guy who came up to me, and he was talking about how, you know, he knows it's long on the road. He's a big Pondo fan, and he went ahead and told me he was going to loan me his girlfriend for the night. So, of course, I didn't believe it, but I waited in the lobby of the hotel, and here this guy shows up with his girlfriend.
Wow.
And he tells her, whoever I point at, you know, go ahead and help out and do whatever you can, you know. So I go up and I take care of my business first. And, of course, I got a line of guys waiting out the door who suddenly became my best friend. So on the bus, while a few of us were in the hotel doing that, on the bus, a bunch of the wrestlers rolled up like a 1-ounce joint. It looked like something straight out of the Cheech and Chong movie. And all of them persisted on smoking that. So after I got done with my business on the bus, I took the girl down to the bus, was going to grab some more guys. Everybody was asleep. They'd all smoked this big joint, and everybody passed out. So then I got the bright idea. On this tour bus, the way the beds were set up, they was like not bunk beds, but little cabins, like 1, 2, 3 high, and then you had a curtain that would close, so the light wouldn't get in your eyes. So I told this girl to do a porno star's job of jacking this guy off. So she, of course, puts the spit on her hands and reaches underneath this guy's curtain and starts jacking him off. Well, I put my face, it was me Mitch Page, or Fat Fuck Barrel Boy, whatever you want to call him. Yeah. I put my face in his curtain while this girl was jacking him off.
Yeah.
So she's like jacking him off, and he wakes up and he sees my face and thinks I'm the one jacking him off. So comes barreling out of that bed and going nuts and all that shit. And that was probably the best one that I've ever pulled.
That was a good one, Pondo. That was a good one. That was crazy. All right, Pondo, we'll wind you down. Appreciate you for coming to Ultraviolent Radio. Now wind down. The show's only 30 minutes, brother. So, hey, appreciate. Give out your information where people can reach you at, or, you know, bookings or any radio shows that where people can reach you at, brother. Your Facebook, your MySpace, or our website, whatever. You know what I mean? Give out your information.
I'm not that good at it. I don't know how to check my Facebook, but if you search the name Kevin Kennedy, Canady, that's your old buddy Mad Man Pondo on there, right there.
Oh, right. You have any bookings coming up? Any big time bookings you want to advertise over here on Ultraviolent Radio?
Of course, I've got JCW every other Wednesday in South Cape, Michigan. The next one's going to be in St. Andrews Hall, which is a big deal. And all the rest of them, just write me on Facebook and ask me, because I forget.
All right, Pondo, appreciate it for coming on, brother. You are a legend of the deathmatch scene. You know what I mean? I know you're a long time. You're a good guy. And we'll talk to you next time, Pondo. Appreciate it for coming on Ultraviolent Radio, man. Thank you, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Oh, that was Mad Man Pondo on with us. And it was a great interview, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I see. I got a guest. Since they put on this person, brother, so you can ask me a question or any question about Mad Man Pondo. Are you on the air, guest?
Hello?
Hello, you on the air?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who is this, brother? You have a question for Mr. California, or you have a question anything about Man Man Pondo?
All right, this is John, a SoCal Deathmatch fan. I just wanted to address some things that I saw on the internet. What's this talk about you getting into a feud, or is it all real about LCW? You're always talking about LCW and stuff. Is that real? Do you really hate them? I don't know why you would talk about them like that. What's up with that?
Oh, man, first of all, what was your name? What was your name? John, you said? That was your name?
This is John from Long Beach.
From Long Beach, all right. You're from Long Beach. You're from Sexy Eddie's hometown. Long Beach, huh? All right, brother, first of all, I don't know who the hell you are, man. But look, this is my statement, you know what I'm saying? I really got to tell you nothing, kid. I just I hate LCW. I think they're bitches, and I'm after Supreme, man. That's all I got to say, man. I'm going to say nothing else, all right? Pretty much.
Why do you hate LCW?
I don't have to tell you nothing. Who the hell are you? You're just some fucking random fan, kid. You know what I mean? Just fucking like I told you. You watch my videos. My videos say it all, man. My videos say it all. You seen the video, didn't you? It's stated. It's a shoot. I don't like them, straight up. I just fucking hate them, and fucking I think they're idiots, and they're in my territory, Southern California, where I fucking do death matches, and I made them sick, and I made them, you know, like what Pondo was saying, you know what I mean? I made them, like Big Japan style, I made them sick. I made them syringes, light tubes, you know. I made them even sick or barefooted. I'm the first guy to ever do barefooted thumbtacks, kid. So pretty much I'm just calling out Supreme, and I think Angel's a faggot. That's my statement to you, man. Are you satisfied with what I just told you?
So you think you can beat Supreme?
I think I could kill him. I think Supreme can't last 10 minutes in the ring with me because he's so fat, brother. Straight out. He can't even last 10 minutes in the ring with me. It don't matter what kind of match it is, what kind of death match it is. That fat boy can't last 10 minutes with me in the death match.
Well, I look forward to seeing you in the ring with Supreme or any other of the LCW alumni, and I look forward to seeing Supreme beat your ass.
What was that? Beat my ass? Hey, kid, are you going to the Ultraviolent Cup this Friday night?
Ultraviolent Cup? I don't even know what that is.
Hey, you know what, Sensei? Cut this fucking faggot off, Sensei. This guy's a nobody. Cut him off, Sensei. So you know what? I know this guy's off the air. We're about to fucking get off this radio. It was a good interview with Man Man Pondo. That guy was an idiot. I don't know who the fuck that Mark was. But, you know, Ultraviolent Radio every Sunday night now in our new time, 3:30 West Coast time, 6:30, the Central time, I guess, or whatever it is, you know, and then 7:30 Eastern time. But join us next week as Ultraviolent Radio has I ain't going to tell you, but we're going to have a surprise guy, a deathmatch big name next Sunday night. And if you want to look for us on, if you want to find us, look on Facebook, facebook.com/Ultraviolent Radio for all the information and the next guest we're going to have. And we'll see you next Sunday, man, as Ultraviolent Radio has talks about death matches and all this crazy shit. And by the way, that guy was an idiot, man.